You're most welcome to ask me any question.
Master, from what I understand, these meetings are mainly meant to satisfy the intellect and satisfy the questions that our mind has. But is it also any benefit for our soul besides just a mental thing?
About?
The meetings. I heard they're mainly just to satisfy the mind. And I was wondering, is there a benefit also for the soul?
Well, brother, all these meetings is for the satisfaction of the mind, not for the soul. Soul is automatically interested in the Father. Soul is not at all attracted towards the creation. Soul is not interested in the creation. Soul is full with love and devotion for the Father. It is the mind, weight of the mind, which is attaching the soul to this creation. Left to soul itself, it will at once go back to the Father. I have given an example. Needle is always attracted by the magnet. But if we have a weight over it, it becomes helpless. So there is a weight of the mind over the soul. So that is why it is shifting from house to house, from flesh to flesh, from body to body. Because whatever karmas we commit under the sway of the mind, soul has to pay for that. Those karmas have become our master and we have become the slave. Slave has no option but to obey the master. So karmas make us shift from body to body, from flesh to flesh. So left to soul itself, it will go back at once to the Father. So all these meetings, the intellectual discussion, the books, satisfaction of the intellect, it is just for the mind. We are persuading the mind to go back to its own origin, to its own home, so that the soul may get released from the clutches of the mind. So the advantage is automatically soul gets, but all this is done for the sake of turning the mind towards its own origin.
It seems to take a long time for the mind to grasp that truth.
Definitely it takes a long time because since ages it is attached to this creation. It is not 5 years or 10 years or 100 years. As you know, since creation, we are part of this creation. So it has taken us so long to have our roots in this creation. It's not so easily uprooted.
Yes.
Mind has very deep roots in this creation. So it takes definitely time.
Yes. Thank you.
Master, I think you've just answered my question. I was going to ask what needs to happen to the disciple between the time that they are first initiated on the path and the time when they're ready to go within. But I think you just answered it.
I have not followed your question. Okay, what should happen?
What needs to happen, or what happens to the disciple between the time that they are first initiated on the path and the time that they are ready to go within?
Well, brother, nothing exceptional or dramatic happens. We just know the technique, how to go inward and upward, how to withdraw the mind from outside and to concentrate at the eye center and to make in touch with the Shabad and Naam within. Now it depends upon our practice to make it happen. Sometime due to our past samskaras, we get immediate results, or results very soon. Sometime it takes a time. for the mind to be drawn back to the eye center. It varies with the individuals. Nothing dramatic happens.
Thank you very much.
Master,
Go ahead.
several of us spent a few days in Singapore, unable to get into Bombay. When we finally arrived, we had missed most of the meetings with you. Can you please help us to understand why the Master put such obstacles in the way of those who are coming to see him? Is it because we have not developed adequate longing to see him, or are there other reasons that we may not understand?
I've not followed your question, sister. Can you make it a little more clearer?
When the disciple wants to see the Master, then and wants to travel to India to see him, then very often there are obstacles in the way. There's delays in the airport and other things like that. Does the Master put these obstacles in the way of the disciple in order to intensify their longing for the Master? Or are
Well,
there...
sister, if obstacles have to be put in the way, then you would not have been here in such a large number. How could you gather here, all of you, if obstacles purposely have been being put in your way?
So you're saying that you put obstacles in the way of all of the satsangis who come to...
Something can happen with individuals due to certain reasons, but that doesn't mean that Master is putting obstacle in our way to come.
So do we just understand that it's our karma, that there's karmic things that we have to go through that may delay us, or...
Of course, nothing happens in this world without karmas. That is right. But why blame the Master that he doesn't want us to come? So he purposely put obstacle in the way. It will be much easier for him to cancel the meetings rather than to worry about to put obstacle in the way.
May I ask a second question?
Yes, please.
When a satsangi has been married to a non-satsangi for many years and has tried in every way she knows to be a good spouse, but the non-satsangi still refuses to be happy in the marriage, is it ever right for the satsangi to end the marriage, or must she remain in it until the non-satsangi decides to end it?
Sister, this meditation is our individual concern with the Father. We should not bring it a subject of conflict in our marriage life. No partner should be narrow-minded as to interfere in our personal life with the Lord. We have to have an attitude of give and take and create harmony in a marriage life. If one is worshipping the Lord in one's own way, the other person should not feel concerned about it. We should not make that issue. That is his personal likes and dislikes. Let him do what he likes. Why should we make it an issue and make our marriage unworkable? This is a personal relationship of ours with the Father. We should not make it an unnecessary bone of conflict in marriage. The problem is that sometimes, even where both sasangis are, where both couple, both members of the marriage party are satsangis, you see, they mix too much due to satsang meetings, due to satsang gatherings, and the results are not good. They start getting attached to each other and find excuses to change their partners, get separations, get divorces, marry someone else, run away with somebody else. This is too much mixing, too much interfering with each other's marriage. That is not the purpose of getting together in the satsang. to break people's marriages.
Thank you, Master.
Master?
Yes, please.
Maharaji, all the religions say, and all the saints say, that God is all-powerful, that He is all-knowing, and above all they say He is all-love, that not a single leaf falls from a tree without His willing. The Lord is the creator of this grand universe. He has created man with certain passions, with biological necessities, with biological urges, with instincts. He has created certain natural laws in which He knows man will break, and then He punishes man for breaking these laws over and over again until mankind is so deeply mortgaged into karmic debt that he can't see the light of his true home. This happens so much. What I'm trying to say is that on some level, the saints all say that when we get back to the Father, we will understand this all. But from my limited perspective, from my very nearsighted perspective and confused mind, I feel like I want to protest to the Lord about this situation. I want to complain about it. Even earthly manufacturers are responsible for their own product. Maybe God should have a product recall. I'm not trying to be funny. I feel that I wonder when will God end this charade, this amusement, and bring us back to His bosom.
Well, brother, your protest is justified. Nobody can doubt it. Because if this creation is to continue, then those weaknesses has to be there. Otherwise, nobody can remain attached to this imperfect creation. Everybody will go back to the Father. We are only here because we are imperfect. The moment we become perfect in this imperfect creation, we cannot stay for a moment here. We go back to the perfect being. And now it's entirely in His hand, whom He wants to make perfect. He makes them perfect, puts them to His own level, and saves them from birth and death. Call it anything, our protest is not going to make any difference to Him. But the main thing is that we are separated from the Father, and we want to go back to the Father. He may be responsible for our misery, or we are responsible for our misery, or our weaknesses are responsible for our vigor. These are all intellectual gymnastics. We will just continue with our own self. But the main fact is we are suffering in His separation. And we want to put an end to this separation. And with His grace we want to go back to the Father. So we seek His forgiveness, we seek His grace, that He should give us admission in His court and save us from all this misery.
Thank you.
Master, I have a question about, I'm a consultant dietitian and I work with people and food, menus, management, all kinds of things. My question is, sometimes I have to write menus, meat, potatoes, gravy, that kind of stuff, because I live in an area where they raise a lot of meat and people eat a lot of meat. My question, should I continue being a person that works writing menus that include meat?
Well, those people who eats it, if you write for them, it's no fault of yours. As long as you don't eat at all. You're just doing your duty, but you are not provoking them to eat.
So when I give a diet instruction, sometimes I have to sit down with an individual patient and say, you're on a low cholesterol diet, you have a heart attack or whatever, and I have to
No,
say...
you can tell him, ask him, if you're vegetarian, I'd like to recommend you vegetarian food.
And if he's a meat eater?
And to the meat eater, you have no option. Whatever your doctor suggests, you tell him to eat.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, see?
I've got a couple of questions from Greek Satsangis that I would like to ask you. They asked me to ask you. The one is, she's got such anger that doesn't know what to do with it. And the more meditation she's doing, the more the anger is. What can she do to find help and overcome it?
Well, sister, sometimes we become very conscious of our weaknesses when we come to the path or when we try to meditate. Before that, we may be victim of the same anger, but we were not conscious that we have an angry habit. But now, since we have become satsangis, so we have become conscious of that anger, of that habit. I often give an example. When you are sitting in a room, there's no light coming from any direction. It's just darkness. You don't see anything in the room at all. When a little ray of a light starts coming through the ventilator, you see so many things, small insects and everything flying in the room. That little ray of light has made you conscious that there is something else also flying in the room of which you were not conscious before. So with meditation, by coming to the path, that ray of light starts coming in our life, in our conscience, that we are victim of these weaknesses. So we also like to magnify our weaknesses because we want to get rid of those weaknesses. So they look quite Himalayas to us now. Before that, we used to take pride for those weaknesses, credit for those weaknesses. Now we are conscious or rather ashamed for those weaknesses. Not that weaknesses have increased or we have become worse. No, our conscience has become very noble, very pure. It tortures us. Why should we have even that much weakness? So this is a sign which warns us that we have to conquer even this type of weaknesses. There's nothing to feel frightened about these things. We have to fight with the mind to overcome these weaknesses.
And when she tries to control it, then after some time it comes out more and more intense and fierce.
Sister, individually one has to fight one's weaknesses. One has our own ways and means to deal with them. You can't generalize how to conquer your anger, how to conquer your lust, how to conquer your greed. The general remedy is that mind is to be attached to the Shabad and Naam within. But besides that, we have some other remedies which every individual has to find out for himself. How he has to succeed, how he has to fight with the mind.
Thank you, Master. And the second one is rather a confession than a question. She says that before her initiation, the injustice that appeared to rule the world was filling her with sorrow and anger. That time, she didn't believe in the existence of God, so her anger was against people. Now that she is initiated and she believes in the existence of God, it's quite clear that her anger for this is against God, that created this rubbish world of duality. Please help her to overcome it.
Well, sister, the Lord's grace is there. When we turn inward and upward, naturally His grace is there on us. And His forgiving hand is always over us. We can only depend upon His forgiveness for all what we have done and to guide us rightly within.
You've partly answered my question, but you often give the example that the seed falls on the barren ground and the fertile ground and so on. Would you give us some examples of what type of personality or characteristics or guideposts are in the different stages? We like to hope we're in the fertile.
What type of?
You give the example of
Yes.
the different things. Most of us hope that we are in the fertile. We are the fertile ground that your seed has fallen on. And I'd like to know, and probably some of the others, what are some of the signposts that we could examine ourselves with?
I think we are nobody to examine ourselves. We should leave this judgment in the Father's hand and should not sit on judgment on ourselves. Let Him judge us. One who has sown the seed, he knows best where it has fallen. And He is the best to know how the seed has to grow, and when the seed has to grow, and when it has to fruit. So these things we should leave it to Him, rather than we should try to sit on judgment on ourselves.
Thank you.
Master?
Yes.
I have known a satsangi who really could meditate, and he was a Buddhist monk before he became a satsangi. And the Buddhist had taught him to meditate for hours and hours and hours. My question is, here in India, there are so many people who have so many techniques to calm the mind before you sit in meditation. Couldn't we learn something that before we start the Simran, we just could collect the mind?
Sister, you can try it if it can help you. You see, to bring your consciousness to the eye center, there are many schools of thoughts. But after the eye center, to make progress within, there is no other way except that of sound and light. So mystics and saints have explained us that the Simran and Dhyan is the easiest and simplest way which they recommend for the family people. You cannot find more simpler way to do that. But if you still think some other method helps you to come to the eye center, you're most welcome to do it.
No, but I heard you say on a tape that we have to do one step, the first step, and then the master does 9 other steps to come towards us. But the first step to the eye center, you said, what a gigantic step that is.
Then,
And this gigantic step, which I experience, and I think some of us do, I wonder if we could make that gigantic step a little bit easier.
I say if there is any other easier way, you're most welcome to try it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yes, see.
Good afternoon, Master. My question is also a couple on anger. One is from the disciple. A year ago, I had my right foot amputated, and I was really angry at God, and I refused to meditate because I was so angry at the Lord. And also, self-pity was very strong. but I wrote you a couple times, and I started meditating a little bit, like 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at a time, and the self-pity disappeared, and so did the anger. I want to know if call is that powerful to still overcome me as a disciple, even though I'm an initiated by you. Is call really that powerful because of my own karma? It's so easy to blame God. It's so easy to blame God about any troubles in my life when it's my own destiny. And you teach that, and I know that it's my own karma, and whatever I go through is the best. But is call really that powerful to still allow me to be angry at the Lord?
Brother, there's a story in Maulana Rum's Masnavi, very beautiful. We can all take lessons from it. A beggar was walking on a sand. It was hot summer. He was just cursing the Lord. You are so much in this creation, and for a poor man like me, you don't have even a pair of shoes, but I have to walk barefooted. When he went across the street, he saw a man without legs rolling through that summer on that sand, without feet, without legs. He there kneeled down and prayed to the Lord, "Thank God, at least you have given me the legs that I can go to the shade." So these all our worldly problems are comparative. We don't know what He has given us, how many blessings He has showered on us. If we look downwards and look around, how many times we are better from thousands and thousands of people in this life, then we have nothing else left to kneel down and pray to Him what He has showered on us. If you try to compare yourself with the few chosen ones, at least they look to us that perhaps they are the most happiest people, even though may not be able to sleep at night at all, and may be most miserable than us even, but at least they look very big people and very great people and very comfortable people. Then we make ourselves miserable unnecessarily. We should not try to look and compare with others and then curse God. He has showered so many benefits on us that we have no tongue to thank Him. When we look around in the world, what misery people have to face. Go to the starving countries, go to the poor world, go to the hospitals, go to the mental asylums. Then we know what grace is there on us of the Lord, whether we should curse Him or whether we should thank Him.
Thank you, Master. May I ask you a second question?
Please.
On anger, and it's reversed when the Master seems to be angry with the disciple. Is that grace when a Master is stern with his disciples?
I don't know the definition of anger. Mother is never angry with his child. He has to sometime admonish the child to set him right because she loves him the most. She cannot see the child ill-disciplined. She wants him to shine in this creation, in this world, and to be proud of the family. She is not angry. She doesn't try to show anger to the child. There's a love behind that anger, what we call that anger. So Master's purpose is not to be angry with us. There's a love behind that anger. He cannot see any sheep going astray or being led astray. He wants everyone to rise and grow to the level of the Father. He wants every tree to fruit. He doesn't want any tree to remain barren. It's not anger, it's the height of love. We look from a very different angle. He looks from a very different angle. Difference of our looking, difference of our understanding.
When great masters spanked you or beat you with that stick.
At least I got a car.
Yeah, you got a car. I heard your tape. But you also became perfect master. Now, that's why I was
don't know
asking.
that stick is responsible. Maybe my bad karmas came before me. I don't know.
Master?
Yes, please.
Yes, Master. In follow-up to the question that was just asked by the lady, there's a constant theme of some satsangs in the United States that seva of the body, that is, being secretary of a sangat or carrying books to satsang, can take the place of meditation.
Well, seva cannot take the place of meditation. Seva should help us to meditate. Seva is to clean a vessel so that it can be filled with that nectar within. Seva helps us, cleans us, and then makes the utensil ready to be filled. It does the work of Simran and Dhyan. But we have to do the meditation to fill it.
So then this type of seva cannot in and of itself take the satsangi to the radiant master within.
You can't substitute your meditation for seva.
And another question, please. Does the local secretary have the freedom to invite a satsangi from a different area within the same region to speak?
That is for your representative to guide us. You should seek all such guidance from your local representative, your local organization. They are the right person to guide you at the spot. We cannot go in such details from the headquarters.
Thank you.
Maharaji?
Yes.
This morning at satsang, I heard in English the words doctor and prescriptions. I'm wondering if you would share with us the part of the satsang that you were talking about, doctors and prescriptions.
I was not prescribing any medicines for any cure. I was just giving a very simple example. If you will read doctors' books, there's nothing but prescription. The book is full with the prescription. But just by reading the prescription doesn't help you to get rid of your diseases from the body. You have to go to the doctor and take the medicine accordingly. So just by reading the religious books, you don't become holy man, you don't become a pure man. You have to follow those books. You must follow whatever is written there. You have to give it a practical shape, what you are reading day and night. Reading is not going to make you holy or pure. What you have read, its practice will make you holy and pure. Just as an example, I often give, but if you want to travel by rail, you just lay hand on the railway timetable. You only get the information, what time the train leaves, how much is the fare, how long is the distance. But just by reading the timetable, you only get the information, but you don't cover your, you don't reach your destination. You have to go to the station to buy the ticket and sit in the train. So we have to follow what the books tell us to do. Just by mere reading them doesn't solve any problem. After that, our real effort starts. What we have read, we have to follow. We have to give it a practical shape. We have to live accordingly. We have to adopt that as a way of our life. But our main emphasis is go on reading holy books, whether it is the Granth, whether it is the Veda, whether it is the Bible, whether it is the Quran, They start from the one corner, reach to the other corner, again start from the one corner, again reach to the other corner. They keep a watch before that, and how many minutes I've been able to read whole of it. There's a competition going on for all these things. So that is not going to lead us anywhere at all. Even you are able to read 2 pages in whole of your life. That is worth reading much more than reading 1,000 times that book, whole of it. If you can understand that 2 pages and live accordingly in your whole life. That was the purpose of giving that example.
Thank you. Also, Maharaji, I wonder if you might tell us what has happened with the refugees from the problems in the Punjab that were at the Dera. Are they still there?
No, brother, they have been all settled by the government. With the efforts of our Dera management, they were very good and nice to them. They looked after them from every angle. And after some time, they were settled into their villages and into the cities, because Dera could not look after them permanently, neither that was our intentions to make them parasite on the society. So neither that was their intention to running to Dera. They wanted to work and have their own living, so they are all happily settled now, here and there, in Punjab or even outside Punjab. Government has also helped them a lot.
And what about the flood? The last I had heard that there was a lot of grains that were almost ruined and they were spread along the ground to dry. I wonder if they made it out all right.
Well, brother, you have every right to know because you are part of the institution. We have floods in our river Beas. It touches it came to our Dera. Our langar was under 4-5 feet of water. Unfortunately, we never thought water can come there, so our stores, wheat stores were there, down. So 7,500 bags of wheat were all wet and they were fermenting practically. So after 5-6 days, when the water receded back, so we had to open those stores and the wheat was fermenting practically, giving a lot of foul smell and all that. So just to dry all Dera roads were used. And now it was dried and the whole wheat has been sold. And we have bought new wheat, fresh wheat for the Sangat. There's a little part of it, but people have suffered much more. But there was no loss of any life. The water came about 1 at night. It was raining very heavily and we had monthly satsang probably on the 25th. This was perhaps 23rd night, I'm not very sure about the dates. And suddenly people felt water under them where they were sleeping under the sheds. Nobody thought that water can come so soon or water can come at night or there's a flood in the river. They were not much nice about it also. But suddenly at 1 o'clock there was hue and cry in the whole Dera because water was just under them, in the ladies' shed, in the gents' shed, in the langar. So Sevadar worked very hard. They helped them to shift upper shed. Fortunately that was complete. So they were all helped to reach up upper shed. Their beddings and their luggage was all taken up. Old ladies, children, old people, they were all led up. And then our vehicles were parked down. It was 400-500 vehicles, I don't exactly remember. So the drivers were woken up and they were all driven back to the upper strata where there was no water and everything was saved. There is a damage to the form, but that is no damage at all. because land is still there, we can grow again. But the crop was finished. That doesn't make any difference at all. But whole farm was under 4-5 feet of water. Lot of tree plantation was there, that was damaged. Lot of sand has come along with the water. But slowly and slowly, after 5-6 days, the water receded. And now again we have been able to clean the farm, and vegetables again has been sown there. It will be all right.
Is the outer wall rebuilt?
Yes, the outer wall was all demolished by the flood, by the water. Actually, water came over the wall. Our wall was about 6 feet and water came over it. But within few days, Sevadar worked very hard and they put the wall. And nobody will know even that it was demolished. Sheds were very strong. Nothing has happened to the sheds. Foundations are same. Only sheds, under the shed, it is still wet. It's not dry. In winter, people may not be able to use those sheds yet because its moisture is there. It is wet. And now I was reading today in the North paper, it is at the Dera, it is below 5 point below zero. It's so cold there. So naturally, that ground cannot dry in this weather. So it will dry when the month of May and June. It will not dry up. Again, those sheds will be fully used.
Thank you, Maharaji. I just want to say lastly that the Sevadars and all that we've received is so fantastic here in Bombay, and we all appreciate it greatly. And it's amazing that this spot here in the middle of Bombay could become like heaven on earth just in a matter of a few days.
No doubt. I agree with you. Sevadars, especially in Bombay, of course, they're all looking after you. But Sevadar everywhere is a unique team of workers. They work very hard day and night to their own discomfort many times, mostly. But they are very honest people, good-hearted people, and put very hard work. And they are all very humble. I have no words to express, to thank them even on your behalf. They are very, very nice people.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Master, I'm a seeker and I have a two-part question. What exactly happens at the moment of initiation, and what happens at death to an initiate as opposed to a non-initiate?
Sister, I think I just attended to this question just now to begin with. Probably you didn't give any attention to it. Nothing special, dramatic happens. The initiate only knows how to withdraw your attention to the eye center and attach his soul to the Shabad and Naam within. Then it depends upon the individuals. Some gets result even sometime there. Sometime it takes longer with some people. Some people have different sanskaras of the last birth. They pick up the thread from where they left in the last lives. Some have just started. It varies with the individual, their experiences. But nothing dramatic happens.
And what happens at death to an initiate as opposed to a non-initiate?
What do you mean by non-initiate?
Someone who's not initiated. To a
What is to happen with him, to him? I mean, by not initiating?
Spiritually, what happens? Spiritually, what happens?
If he is not initiated?
Yes.
Nothing is to happen to him. He has to fight with his own destiny. He has to go through his own events of life. He has his own destiny to play with. We are all born with our individual karmas and we have to go through them.
Thank you, Master.
Master, when I look at you on satsang, I see you sometimes very shy and bright. Is this only my imagination or is His grace?
Shine in what sense?
I can't explain.
There may be some light at my back, some electric bulb or something like that.
Yes.
Radhaswami, Master.
Yes, please.
Could you give me the literal definition of the word dera?
Pardon?
The literal definition of dera.
Dera means abode. This has an association actually with a very small place where a saint or a mystic sits thinking it to be a very lonely place, in some forest or in some deserted place or in some so-called haunted place where he doesn't want anybody to disturb him or come to him. So he makes a small cottage there for meditation, and that place is known as Dera, place of abode, nothing else. But now this word is associated with Babaji Maharaj, who settled at that place, because at that time it was a very deserted place. Nobody used to pass even by that site. People used to think probably it is haunted by some ghost or other evil spirits. So they won't pass even by that side. Superstitious, call it anything. So thinking that lonely place, Babaji just selected that spot for meditation. But then, wherever saints are, wherever the sweets are, flies are always attracted. So his fragrance went around, people started flocking around him. And slowly, all what you see is there now. It's a full-fledged colony, but still we are proud to call it Dera, rather than giving it a modern name.
And also in usage, does it have anything to do with the Master's feet?
Pardon?
In usage, does the word Dera have anything to do with the Master's feet?
No.
The feet of the Master?
No.
When you're in Dera, you're at the feet of the Master?
No. Dera doesn't mean the feet of the Master.
How about the word tent?
That word may be something else. You may be confusing that word with something else.
How about the word tent?
Tent is yes, some people have Dera under the tent. I mean any abode, whether it is by tent, whether it is by a thatched roof, whether it is a small house, it means abode. Small abode, place to live. It can be under tent.
Also I've never been to Dera, Baba Jaimal Singh Dera, Beas, but at the Satsang Gar and here in Bombay, I've always, since I've been here on this program, I felt like I've been at what I would imagine Dera to be like.
Well, brother, it's pity that you come all the way and you are being deprived of your visit to the Dera. I wish I can do something, but we are helpless from that point of view. I myself am not very happy to see you. I mean, spending so much money and staying in such expensive hotels and spending so much of your energy when we have all comfortable rooms for you people to stay there, and Maharaji has provided us with all the modern facilities to look after you. and we are being deprived to serve all of you there. But he knows best. But definitely that is your parent institution, and that is the trunk where all the branches. So one should visit it, no doubt. But I wish it opens soon.
Well, I've heard many great stories about Dera, but so far our experience here in India during this program has been far beyond anything that I ever imagined or expected. The Sevadars and the service, the devotion.
Well, brother, activity is the same. You will find the same devotion, same service, same cooperation, same love there. You see, foundation of the Dera is not made of brick and mortar. This foundation is laid on love and devotion and service. That is where Dera is standing today and is flourishing, just because its foundation is on love and service. That is why it is shining in this whole world today.
Radha Swami, Master.